Good morning. Happy Tuesday. You guys, it's a day to be happy. It's a day to be content and fulfilled. No matter what is going on in your life, it's a day to celebrate. It's a day to be joyful and grateful. You know, life is so weird. It's so funny, it's so easy sometimes to, get down and find all the things to complain about, all the things that are going wrong, all the things that feel bad or that we can be offended by or be upset about. But it takes just as much energy to realize, look, life is going to happen. We all know this. If we are over the age of, 1, we know that life is going to happen. And it's what we do instead. It's like if we focus on all the things that are going wrong, that's what we're going to see more of. We're going to notice everything that's going wrong. And there are a lot of things that can go wrong that could be considered going wrong, that could be looked at as being bad, perceived as being negative. But if you believe that everything is working out and that sometimes things need to happen so that you learn lessons and you become more aware of yourself or other people, especially God, we can look at things as being positive. We can look at things as being good for us. We can look at things as being worthwhile and worth the problems, worth the trouble, without it being a negative thing. So I just encourage you today, if you're going through it, look, I get it. I'm not trying to say that hard things don't happen, but we don't have to give that hard thing the power. We don't have to give that tough situation all of our energy. We don't have to let the things that we are uncertain about or unsure about or have, concerns about, we can give those things to God and we can ask Him to take them. We don't have to carry them. They are burdens that are too heavy for us to bear. So let those things go. I'm learning right now how to let things actually go, how to let it go for real and give it to God, because putting things back in God's hand, because everything belongs to Him, putting things back in His hands puts the responsibility back on God, not on us. And if we can truly, and I'm learning this right now, I have not mastered this, but I am learning it actively. When I can place it back in God's hand and I say, God, I trust you. This is yours. You take care of it. You tell me if you need my help in any way in taking care of this, helping the situation. And if you don't, then I'm just going to focus on the things you've already told me to do, because guys, there is so much in our life that we are called to take care of and to steward and be responsible for. And a lot of times, the things that we get really wound up about and concerned about and scared about or uncertain about or have doubts or just general fear, they're distraction. Think about when you are in your flow, when you are in your momentum phase, when you are making things happen, and it's almost simple because it's you're in your flow state, right? And then as soon as you let things inhibit that don't belong, you are distracted. You can't focus. You're not productive. You can't get things done. You feel like everything is frustrating or confusing and way harder than it needs to be. That's because we pick things back up that we're not supposed to carry. We pick things back up that are not ours to bear. And we allow these concerns. It doesn't mean that we don't need to, consider things. But at the end of the day, if we can give them back to the Lord and say, God, this is yours. Handle it. I'm going to give it to you. And I'm going to just continue to listen for your voice and hear you and do the things that I know I'm called to do. I'm only responsible for me. It really eliminates a lot of the stress and the struggle of needing to figure out what's happening in other places of your life, what other people are doing or thinking, what's happening in that situation or that circumstance. It really eliminates a lot of that stress. So I just hope that you are able to look at today and look at the things to be grateful for and to highlight those things and focus on those things, because guys, even the hard stuff, everything's working out. It always does. It always will. And the more we focus on the possibilities of what can happen that are good and positive, the more and more joy and peace that we're going to find inside of our own lives, despite our circumstances, despite what's going on, despite what we think or feel. We have control over that. We have control over our thoughts. We have control over our emotions. We can choose. We can choose joy. We can choose peace. We can choose trust. We don't have to be addicted to feeling bad anymore. It feels good sometimes to feel bad, but honestly, it's only because it's a habit that we have created, and that is our safe place to go because it allows us to stay small and to expect to be disappointed. What if instead you expected to be amazed? It's out there, it's worth it, it's available. Look to what is good today. Look at what is positive today. Look at what you can be grateful for today and rejoice about and be excited about. Even if it's something small, who cares? Celebrate it. Don't get stuck in negative thinking. Your life is too precious.